We're starting off today back where we were last episode. We are down in our big hall. So if you didn't see, we are working on this room right here. Thing I don't know is how deep we're end up gonna go on it. I just know that I'm just gonna have to do it by feel and just see what's gonna be good for it. Honestly, my plan. But anyway, welcome guys back into Timelocke. As we record this, we are halfway through December, meaning the update to beta is very close. If we go by the original release candidate, that's gonna be like 4 or 5 days, which is really crazy to hear. We only got a couple episodes left in alpha. It's kind of sad because I've started to really enjoy this version, but as the rules of the series go, we have to move up as it corresponded in real life. But with it becoming daytime now, one thing I want to work on is this area here. Make sure it's day. Yeah, cool. Okay. So I did some thinking off camera because it's been about a week since I've recorded episodes. I bulk recorded for the week and I got to hear. And so what I was thinking is, what if we make this a like a patio or porch thing, which then could lead off into more stuff. So then I don't have to worry about, terraforming over top of it. That was the idea that hit me because over there we're using stone stairs, which I may want to flip these out for. I put these down. It was late at night, and I was like, "Oh crap! I did this the wrong way." But that was an idea that came into my head. Was doing that, which could be nicer for this. But before we get into that, I want to get these walls, and I just want to make sure there's no mobs out here before we start tearing everything up. But I want to make this look nicer. As you see, we're gonna have to go out one more block about everywhere. So yeah. Also, what the crazy thing is with December flying through as quickly as it has been, Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm like, oh crap, I am not ready for this. I mean, it does this every year. It flies around the corner before you know it. I'm excited, especially, working in retail. Getting out of this season is a huge sigh of relief, and it just makes everybody's life so much better. Online deliveries are crazy. Everybody has to go help them. I can't do my job. It's just a complete mess. So flying through this season is always my favorite. But then the issue is, I haven't done Christmas shopping yet, and it is getting very close. Which, it's the PB normal. I typically procrastinate my shopping, so it's nothing crazy on top of things. But it's funny how I do it every year, and I'll never learn my lesson. We need to go one more block out this way. Right. So that means we're then gonna have to mine another block out. It's gonna be a pretty big path. I want to have to. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a huge, a huge cobblestone thing we're gonna have to do. I have to definitely have something planned for over here now, which we'll figure it out. I'm not too pressed about it, but I mean, it already is looking better having, walls put up, so I don't have to look at that ugly grass. So, good progress already for this. I was watching some YouTube right before I was going to record today, and I was watching this one guy who was playing through some old modded Minecraft, and he was playing through, I believe it was version 1.2, and he was playing like Buildcraft, ICU, stuff like that, and I was just watching it, thinking about how it's different from Alpha, and watching him have to eat food and more blocks and stuff like that, and it kind of puts me in a weird spot where it's like, I don't know if I want to keep going, like if I want to go to food and I want to do all that stuff, because I mean it's one of those series I'm gonna end up having to, but it makes me think. It's like, man, I'm kind of enjoying where I'm at in this world right now. It sucks I have to continually move it and stuff like that, but that's the point of the series. I can't gripe too much at it. It's to experience time, and it's like I think it's part of me just knowing that I'm gonna leave all the old textures and all that kind of stuff, I mean, the truth is, it took so long for the texture to get changed. What was it, 1.14, 1.12, stuff like that, that ended up doing it. So it's gonna be like a gradual shift in my mind. It's like how you don't realize people's features changing until you look back at old photos of them. It should hopefully be something similar to that, where you don't realize the change until slowly and slowly it becomes the Minecraft I remember. But existential problems for a different day. We got this all figured out. Next, let's head up and let's look at what we got to work with this back patio. Here's the mine. It's nice having doors out here on this now. Stuff. It's also nice to have torches, everywhere, so we don't have to worry about too much stuff. But we need to increase this. What we're gonna have to do. So it's a lot bigger than what we originally planned, but I mean that's what happens with this. I was kind of, just trying and seeing what was gonna happen. But now this is what we got to work with. So my idea is let's, I guess, terraform this inwards so that it looks a bit better. So that not as strange having that gap up. So I've always enjoyed terraforming. Terraforming is always something that I've done in the game. But the problem is you terraform the project and then you won't want to do anything else with it. So it's like a natural roadblock that people always end up hitting in the worlds. I'm hoping, it's not gonna happen here. Recording and posting the stuff for people to watch definitely helps with not losing motivation for this kind of stuff, which is one of the positives, of course, of recording, besides, just enjoying it and having fun. But then it also means more pressure on me to make sure I continue with what I'm doing, which is working so far. I have been trying to get more consistent, I guess is the word I'm looking for. There we go. I could not think of it. Trying to get more consistent with it, which has worked. I posted 6 videos last week. Tuesday mornings it gives you a recap through YouTube Studio of your stuff you did. So you get to look through there, like, oh, here's how many views you got, here's your comments, there's all that stuff, and it just gives you things about it. And one of mine was it showed 6 videos and one short I posted over the week, and I was like, man, that's pretty good. I got somewhat consistent to what I've been wanting to do, which was semi-daily uploads, which still is a behemoth of a task in itself, but it's definitely possible and something I'll need to bulk make videos for, or something that we just never end up touching. Did I just make the wrong stairs again? Well, okay. In my mind, it's weird to use different stairs here because then I don't know. Crap. Okay. We're to think on this then, because it's like I broke the other stairs because I wanted to match that, but since this is the only block we have, what we could do. What about? Let's just leave those for now, so I don't waste too much more wood. You can come back to that in the morning, but something to think on. So yeah, I had the idea for that back patio when I was back there. I was walking out there after recording last episode, and I was like, man, wait, that could be a good solution to this. And we just terraformed a slight bit of the area out there for it, so we can let the grass grow on it. Okay, now we need to continue this. So, through my math and what I'm seeing, I can get through about 2 layers with an iron pickaxe, meaning we're going to need a lot of iron pickaxes. This is what this has taught me. I can't grab torches either. We used all of them outside. Another thing we really need to do is we need to make a staircase. That is That's a staircase, storage system. I don't know where I'm thinking today. We need a storage system so that I don't have to run back and forth up a staircase. I guess that's where I got that from, and have coal and have stuff like that. Because amount of times I forget something, gotta walk all the way up. The problem is it's not bad right now because we have this in a pretty central spot, but it's down the line when this hallway expands and the stairs go down and it goes that way. It's just like we're slowly just moving our goalpost back farther and farther and farther of how far we gotta walk every time we build something and expand out. So that's another thing to be mindful of is a perfect spot for sources. That's why I haven't just like made a room for it. I want it to be a great spot and something that makes a lot of sense for it. I just haven't found that spot that makes the most sense for it and stuff like that. So yeah. Another I guess this is just me coming back from having a few days off and just like some thoughts I had from either watching content or thinking about stuff. It's like I also wanna do more series than just Timelocke on here. Right now, Timelocke is the only series here on PB Plus, and I'm probably gonna stick to Minecraft. I think it would be fun to do modded or do other little things like that, which I haven't really done before. Obviously, everybody's played modded Minecraft, but I've never played like old modded Minecraft. The oldest I've ever played is like Greg Tech, and that goes back to 1.7, and then also New Horizons is very difficult and demanding and confusing, and it's like something my computer can barely even handle. So it's definitely not a good series to end up playing. And then there's the one block version of it, which I tried doing. I put like maybe 5 to 10 hours into it, and I couldn't get anything, which I struggled with because I do seriously enjoy the concept of playing a super hard mod pack like that and starting from literally nothing and trying to beat that mod pack. Cause I watched some guy, Garden Grind is the person who did it, and that's what inspired me to want to do mine of it. But I wasn't able to kill mobs to get some of the basic stuff, and that has made me struggle. And creepers blowing up and destroying your blocks, which are so rare to start with. So it's definitely a world you need to use backups with, or something you need to just get lucky, which is what the guy I watched it because he never get torches is like first night from a mob, and it's like you also can't see it's pitch darkness at night, all kinds of stuff like that. But I think it would be fun to go back and enjoy some old modded Minecraft, and plus, given this fun, fresh style on it, especially nowadays with all the ADHD inducing videos people make. You got tons of jump cuts. You got tons of people being high pitched, fast, crazy editing. Like people my age and people a little bit younger who either like the content or don't like the way the modern internet goes are going to want a return to this old simple style of YouTube which we used to have. And I was seeing in that one video I was watching on someone playing modded. A lot of the comments were like, "Man, I really miss this old style of simple Minecraft, not much editing, just playing the game, enjoying it, having fun." Because the guy is knowledgeable. He obviously played the games years ago. There's tons of ores I've never seen before. Like, oh yeah, this one's appetite or like all this random stuff where he was just like right on it for, which is really cool to see somebody who had just like passion for it like that, just enjoying the game. One thing we do need to do is I am starting to bloom resources yet again, and we're gonna run out of room. Well, I guess. Oh, I don't need the sign on me right now because I killed that from the room. He's got so much resource on us. I mean, since we're right here, we'll make another 2 pickaxes because we're gonna need them because will absolutely. Oh, we did need pickaxes anyway, so we're gonna absolutely fly through stuff. But yeah, so that's where my mind went with all this. It's what would you guys like to see? I know not the average viewers only go through this video 3 to so minutes in, so not a lot of people make it to the not a lot of people make it to the end of this. But I'm curious, what other Minecraft content would you be interested in seeing? What would be interesting to see? Because I want to explore these older things. Is there maps I want played? Somebody mentioned Temple of Notch in my last episode I posted when I was gonna build it, and I did enjoy that. So like, do you want to see me exploring old maps, which I either have never done before or haven't touched in many years? But there's tons of options for content and things we can do just besides Timelocke. Because Timelocke is going to be the big main series. It's going to be what the channel's for, but then always going to be side projects. It's like I would love to just put something else on the channel, like other random content, but I feel like it would be odd coming from, just going from a Minecraft video to either a different game or a random series that I haven't prepared people for or I haven't myself planned out yet, if that makes any sense. So I haven't wanted to plan or dive into anything else, especially because, we're still trying to get Timelocke off the ground because I'm still trying to get my rhythm down of making stuff again and things like that. But we are about gonna hit the end of the runtime we got today allocated out, and it's been a good day. As I record this, it is like, let's see, it's about 11 o'clock, so I got a couple hours to try to bang out some videos for the week, get us through Christmas and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how far I'm gonna try to go and when I'm going to update into beta. I may push it over to the new year, is what I'm possibly thinking. It's right at the start of the next year, I will move into beta because maybe there's a more stable patch or some bugs. I always look into if there is bugs that ended up happening through versions or not before I move to evolve. That's why I stayed in Minecraft Alpha, the first version, for so long of version 2, and then I waited to move into the version we're in right now because I looked through which ones had the most bug squash, and I looked in the patch notes of the next version to see which ones fixed the least amount, and stuff like that. So hopefully we got a early stable version of the next beta, and that's also really weird though because we're at the point of we're so far back in Minecraft that some of these versions that got updated are lost. There's like a handful of them, which is really weird to see. Like there's like an alpha 1.2 or an alpha 1.1, which literally they just lost. Like no one has it anywhere, which is so crazy that a game like this has lost media. And I know I've seen Ant videos in the past of them discovering crazy versions and stuff like that, but it's just still wild to me how a game as popular as this has so well allocated stuff still has missing versions, which is crazy. Which I just shows how much stuff ends up being lost media. And it's really cool people like Blame It On Jorge and stuff like that who bring this stuff to light. One of my favorite all-time videos, I guess, real quick before we leave, is it was Nick Robinson. He did a video on the Nintendo DS McDonald's game, and that was a super cool experience to watch because he took this game that you never heard of, got you invested into it. He goes over and he gets the only copy and he buys it, and it was a super cool thing to see. And I was enjoying. Oh crap! I'm gonna die. This was a super cool thing to see. But yeah, I think that's gonna end it. I ended up getting distracted right at the end, as I said, it was out of runtime. But I'm gonna have to go eat some food because I'm gonna end up dying from one of these holes. And this is getting really deep at this point now. Look at this. I mean, we may be too far, honestly, at this point. I don't know what we want to do. Next episode, we are probably gonna go down here and work on this hallway. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, what? How did I just what? You can what in the world? I know you can place. That's really weird. Did it again. Oh, okay. Bye.